2071. So Dell, it's going to be spring somewhere in old USA, Rocky Mountains, the high country. You are working for a company called Prime Earth, PE they call it, PE. You guys are PE contractors. Prime Earth. You have a driver named Ronnie, a young man, 26-year-old male. He carries a traditional old world pistol with 6 bullets that he is very, very proud of. He cleans it. He has 6 bullets, and he counts them religiously. It's how he burns off anxiety. He can be at times very quiet, but this pistol is the love of his life, and he is your driver. Sarah is with you. She is a geologist. She's 31, female, and she carries scientific gear for analyzing minerals and for locating particular rare earth minerals. Okay, you have an ST. ST refers to a solar truck. This is a truck. It seats four wheels, and it has run by solar power. There's solar panels on the top, solar panels on the hood. There's a battery that will allow it to run when there's not, for about 2 to 3 hours without any solar power. It is packed with camping gear, mining gear, food, and water rations for all 3 of you. You, Dell, I don't know who you are yet. We don't know anything about you, but you carry what's called a ball gun rifle. It's a compression weapon, means you have to pump it. It's an air rifle. You pump it, you get 1 shot. It shoots 9mm lead balls, so it's a ball gun. However, it is famous for being able to shoot anything you can drop into the barrel that would fit into the barrel. So you could shoot pebbles, you could shoot steel balls, lead balls. However, it's obviously more accurate if you're shooting lightweight aluminum balls. However, this particular gun has some lead. You're going to have some lead pellets, and we'll roll those before. Matter of fact, we'll right now see in your pocket you have 2 lead bullets. But again, any rock you can find, or pebble, or whatever that you can find that drops into that barrel can be launched. It has some values here. Short range, it's limited to short range. However, it shoots a high velocity ball that is incredibly deadly. It tends to cripple or kill depending on where you hit. So it can destroy limbs. It can render something immobile, and if you hit critical areas, it can kill in 1 shot. It is poor accuracy, a pump action, and its accuracy can slightly improve based on the quality of the ball that's in the gun. All right. You have currently been tasked by PE to scout an old mine area outside of Denver Metro. You are about 40 miles west in the high country outside of Denver off I-70 in what is referred to as Georgetown. This was an old mining town, and it was a popular town before the event that ended civilization as things began to degrade. Georgetown, is run by the Cutters, and the leader of the Cutters calls himself George. And matter of fact, any leader of the Cutters takes the title George Cutter. They are wary of outsiders, but they do trade. They will barter and trade with outsiders. And there are a band of bandits in the area that are referred to as independents. They call them Indies, referring to their independence. They refuse to work with civilization. They are scavengers, thieves, bandits, and they are supposedly led by a person that calls themselves Lobo. And that's what you know as you sit in the countryside here, the solar vehicle parked in a cusp of trees, as Ronnie sits working on the back solar panel. It is spring. There is still some snow. There's still some runoff. And it still can be cold in the evenings and in the mornings. So now, with that said, you now have a setting. You now know where you're at. You know what you're about. What are you doing?
We're in the solar truck heading toward our destination.
Well, you're currently stopped. Currently, yeah. I'm sorry. Are you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You telling me? Are you asking?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now we're in the truck. I'm looking over. It's Sarah. You got your gear in? You tied up? You tie things in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she sits, staring out the back passenger window, and nervous as she has been this entire trip. This is the first time she's ever been sent into the field to actually look for minerals, to actually find an old mine or find trace minerals. And so she's been very nervous.
Don't be worried, Miss Sarah. We'll protect you. And I lean in and pat my ball gun.
Mm-hmm.
And reach over and shoulder. I'm sitting shotgun. Shoulder Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
You ready, bud?
Yep.
Let's get the show on the road.
So he starts up the four-wheel truck. It is a hum, quiet. This thing runs really outside of what the parts. It creaks louder than it makes noise. This is basically an electric vehicle, so it hums to life. You can feel a slight vibration, but it makes more noise driving over the terrain and the creaking of the truck, etc. As he begins to move up through. You are currently, or he has been currently, following an old railroad track. You know from some information PE had given you before this excursion that they told you follow old railroad tracks. Those generally led to mines, or they led to mining towns, etc. And again, you're aware that the number one silver mine in the area, the Silver Queen, in the 1800s, produced more silver than any mine in North America. So that's they're hoping to find silver. So you know what you're looking for, right?
Well, yeah, I'm a local, but I am a miner, so I've been contracted out by the company to kind of lead or scout out and this expedition.
Okay, so Ronnie looks at you and says, "Where to, Chief? You're the miner. You know what we're looking for."
Well, yeah, it's part of the briefing. You know where to go, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know where to go. 6 bullets, and I wink at him, kind of smile or whatever like that. As he's he's caressing the his bullets in his hand. I can see him taking 2 of them and kind of rolling them around like like the meditation balls or whatever like that. And, straight down the tracks. Let's get to the Silver Queen.
Okay, so you're humming along again. You hear the road. You hear the gravel under the vehicle. You hear the creaking of this.
Now I'm scanning as I say this. I'm nervous to look around. Kind of broke up there, but as I'm scanning this with a line of the horizon for any indication of others that may be in the territory.
Yeah, you see movement along the horizon between the trees at about 50 yards backlit by the sun sun coming up. It's coming kind of as you're scanning back over your shoulders. You guys are moving westward up into the mountains. Scan around, look kind of back. You see something along the horizon backlit by the sun. And she, at the same time that you think you see something, she gasps. It's clear as you see this that she must see it too, and you see her scooch down in the seat as there's something moving.
I reach out. Yeah, I reach over and grab her hand and squeeze it a little tight. Stay steady, Miss Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see. We'll see who they are. And I'm rubbernecking a little bit and craning his
you lose them at times because they are backlit. You might see a dark shadow between trees. They're maybe 15 to 20 yards at times. However, they're trying to parallel you, but as Ronnie's moving along here, there's times where they seem to catch up. There's times where he seems to get away from them as he finds easier ground. They're not Hard to say maybe how many. Hard to say exactly what they may be. Could be deer. But you are aware there are the Indies out here, right?
Ronnie, pull up behind that crop rocks.
You sure, boss?
Pull over. We gotta. Don't get us in a bad position, but at least there we'll have.
Okay, you locked up, so you want him to park.
Yeah, I said go ahead and pull up behind that crop of rocks over there.
Okay,
And,
so he whips it to
we'll
the
have
left
some
and whips in behind these rocks, and he hits the button in which you hear you feel more of the engine stop as opposed to hearing it stop. Right, it's like the vehicle stops rattling, and he immediately pulls his weapon and puts the 2 bullets he's been playing with in with the other 6, spins the cylinder, and kind of looks at you and says, I might get to use this, and he slides it into his holster. He's left-handed.
Ronnie, I look at him kind of, when he says that, and I'll glance toward Sarah in the back and make him notice her, to give him the eye.
Oh, yeah, I'll keep an eye on anything get to Sarah.
Yeah, keep the tone down, keep it happy. And then I slide out of the side and walk around to the corner of the
she sits
rock.
up enough to lean her head out the window as you slide out. Are you crazy? Why don't we just keep heading up to the mine tailings? What are you doing?
It's somebody's. I need to clear this up. First off, lay low.
Okay, she frowns her brow or furrows her brow, and then you see her slide down into the seat, and you actually watch her kind of curl up behind the seat, off in the hole in the in the foot area of the back of the vehicle, and you see her reach up and fumble around until she pulls a shovel out and down, and she's gripping a shovel behind the seat with 2 hands.
Okay, and that disappears as I go kind of around the rock and look out. I'm scanning, cursing myself because I should have brought some binoculars or something. But to my chagrin, I haven't. But okay. I'll lay low. I know these lands. I know who travels them.
Okay.
So I'm looking out for Indies is what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Yeah, and you feel a bump as Ronnie drops in beside you. You see anything, boss? And he pokes his head up over the rocks, looking. You can hear his gun as he's got it in his left hand. As he reaches up, he smacks it against the rock. And he's looking over the rock. Clearly, old enough to know better, but clearly has not seen much action.
Any movements, and don't be seeing this. How we notice them.
Right.
So if they're just passerbys or non-hostiles,
okay,
we'll let them go. We'll talk to them, but we don't need to be looking over his shoulder every minute.
Okay. So he slides down and peeks around the rock. In about 5 minutes or so, you do hear. You don't really see it, but you hear the crunching. I think you locked up.
You said 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, after while you sit quietly observing and listening, you hear it. You don't see anything, but you can hear the movement of somebody moving through the brush, the trees under their feet. You make out through your talents that this is clearly what you thought, a bipedal creature, something on 2 feet. It stops. It moves cautiously. Then you'll hear step and step. So it's clearly.
I'm readying my ball gun or whatever and just aiming,
as you stick your head out with the ball gun, looking. Again, you don't see any movement, but you haven't heard anything since you stuck your head out. So, no, you're not hearing any more movement. You're not seeing anything.
Okay. I look at Ronnie. Ronnie, stay right here. I'm trying to flush him out. Don't be trigger happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, he looks at you now, and You now can see that he's that kind of boyish joy as he's starting to feel it's getting serious. Is gone, and he holds his weapon up and nods at you without saying a word.
Okay, I'm gonna slip off from behind the rocks. It's best, from my understanding, going around to flank or flush out wherever this is.
Okay, and as you,
I'm gonna try to lightly step my way around.
Yep. Okay. And as you're moving, you now hear something again move and parallel you, but you haven't seen anything. But something is also moving. It seems about the time you are, and you do spot in about 12 yards from you what appears to be a savage, somebody dressed in furs, leathers. They carry, it looks like, some kind of weapon in their hands. They've got it looks like it's a mane of, say, a wolf's mane, head, etc. And he steps out and then dodges back behind the tree. And then you hear to your left movement, right? And now you realize there may be more than one person out here.
Okay.
You don't hear anything from Ronnie. You don't hear anything behind you back toward the vehicle, right?
I stop and retrace my steps as low as possible.
Okay.
And pull up behind the rocks. The truck, and Ronnie's still there?
Yeah, Ronnie's, watches you come back and says, what's going on?
There's more than one of them. They're split up. I think Miss Sarah may have a point. I need you to slip in there and crank it, get it running and back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hop in and be in the back. Get Miss Sarah in the front with you, and I'll be in the back.
Okay, so
we need to kick up some rock as we get out of here.
As he holsters his weapon on all fours, backs away, and then quickly turns and sprints toward the vehicle. As you follow suit, you can hear some scrambling behind you as if somebody is making chase. As you glance, I'm assuming you would naturally glance back at times. You don't actually see anybody, but you can hear. So they're either definitely finding cover, they're moving through cover, but you haven't seen them actually on your heels, but you can hear them moving with you. As you bang into the truck, Ronnie tells Sarah to get in the front, and as you're climbing in the back, she's climbing over the seat into the front seat. He mashes the button, and it jolts to life, and he guns it, which, it being an electric vehicle, instant response, you're kind of thrown back into the seat as it lumbers up onto the old train tracks, and he's now driving as quickly as he can. You see out the back. Go ahead.
Yeah. I've got myself propped up with the ball gun, looking for any movement in the rear.
Yeah.
And
you see as you're moving up the train tracks, you see stepping out onto the tracks behind you this person you'd seen that was in some kind of wolf pelt, and 3 or 4 others step out onto the tracks watching you drive off up into the tracks. They're not pursuing, they're watching. And you can now count, there's about 5 of them. They're all clearly dressed in leathers, old furs. Most of them appear to be carrying spears or some kind of makeshift bows and arrows. And this may be the person that you've heard of, Lobo, who's the leader of the Indies. They watch as you disappear up the railroad tracks, but they do not chase any further. And you eventually come over a rise of a hill, and they disappear out of your sight because of the hill, not because they move.
To go over the hill, I'll relax my position and turn around, and it's good. Now they know that we know.
Mm-hmm.
And they've given up chase. They've lost lost surprise. Where they're on foot. So, Sarah, you doing all right?
Yeah, she clears her throat. What? Who were those? Who were those people? Are those the Indies? And she knows the answer. It's rhetorical. She knows the answer to that question, and she's heard horror stories her whole life, but has never been out here to witness any of the so-called horror stories.
Yeah, but there's a limit to what they can do. That they just needed to know that we know. So if we're passing through the territory, which we are, that was enough. That was needed to let them know that that we know.
Okay.
So at least we know where they are, and we've gotten away from them. I think I saw Lobo with them. That's the leader. So we should be good. We should be good to go from here on out. But keep alert, and keep that 6 ready, Ronnie, and I'll kind of punch him in the shoulder as he's driving.
Yeah, he kind of glances back at you, smiles as he does. Yes, sir.
You can relax, Miss Sarah. Yeah, kind of shoulder her like that. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
You can feel the tension in her traps and her shoulder when you just tap her.
Exactly.
She is tense.
No, I'm wanting to, simmer her down. Exactly. And I'll lean back and try to lay back in a posture of relaxation myself to let it flow over to her in the back seat as we head toward the Queen Mine.
As you climb up, in about 45 minutes, the sky is pretty cloudy. It's a low ceiling, or I should say not a low ceiling, but it's a cloudy day. Ronnie looks at the gauges and says, we're not going to get a lot of solar juice here. We're running on battery. In about 50 minutes or so, you actually get into some snow. It's slow go, and you can tell the battery's waning. And eventually, the vehicle dies there on the tracks in snow about 8 to 9 inches deep. And it lurches to a stop, and he looks at you and says, "We're not going any further in this, not until we juice the battery, and we won't be able to juice the batteries." He looks out up at the sky until we get some, direct sunlight.
Yeah.
And Sarah looks about and says, "Now we're done," and she starts to get out of the vehicle.
No! What's your footing, Miss Sarah? And I'll hop out the side of the vehicle, and let me find a place for us to pitch tent for the night.
Okay.
Wait till we get some break in these clouds. I'll look around and see the place. I just grab the tent, and it's made of a fabric similar in that can keep heat inside and pull in any available sunlight from the outside to warm the inside. You know what I mean? Just through that, but I know looking at it that it's going to be a little bit of a hard sell, and probably a rough night. But I'll start pitching that tent. Okay. Fellow bloods over here, I say.
Okay.
As I try to clear out the area.
So, you successfully get some ground cleared. You start to set this tent. She begins to bring over some of the ration canisters and foodstuffs, the camping. I should say the camping stove, etc. And he begins to gather kindling where he can find it. And he's snapping off twigs as opposed to digging through the snow. He seems to be breaking off branches and things like that where he thinks he'll find drier kindling. And they begin to help you kind of make a camp. But the sad thing is it's only maybe noon, right? And you're right smack in the middle of the day in the heavy cloud cover. It's a little breezy, and you're starting to see snowflakes as we're looking at. Famously, you're a local. You know there can be snow in the Rocky Mountains in the spring, sometimes as late as June. There can be heavy snow. This doesn't look like it's going to bring heavy snow, but you're probably going to get a little fresh snow in the next few hours.
Okay.
By the way, I'm rolling. For those who don't
yeah.
know, when we have actions, we make changes. The mechanics demand I roll a simple roll for odd. There's a complication. Even, we leave things be. There's been a handful of complications. Snow is one of them, right? So, weather, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely complication.
Right.
Well, how about a song? I say is they're collecting the kindling, and as Ronnie is, and she's setting out the thing, and I'm looking around, reconnoitering. It is noon, but I see this snow start drifting in, and look about now. I look up the mountain to the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
How far do I think?
No, I mean, you from here, all you can see is trees. You can see where the old train tracks lead, but it's covered in snow. You're looking up. I wish I had some photographs for you here, but you're looking up at a mountainside that's white with trees. Yeah. And you've probably still got. And again, you're aware of roughly where but there are mines dotted all over the Rocky Mountains. This particular mine, of course, you're aware, belongs to the Cutters of Georgetown, and so you're gonna have to barter. You're gonna have to, right? You'll see evidence of them before you see the mine itself. So you know this. However, that doesn't mean you can't find mine tailings of other mines, or that you might find something that's, obviously between you and Sarah, you might spot something. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing. I get on the back of the truck to look around as I'm fumbling with the gear.
Yeah, she says song, and she shakes her head. What fool company would send us out here in this to find to find remnants of silver? I mean, the snow's 9 inches deep.
Yeah, it's and it doesn't look like I say stretching my neck around that it's going to get any less deep. And I kind of look at her and smile and wink. And I hum a song. I think if we're not, I look around for, in that moment, for any kind of little entrance pathway or clear roadway.
Just all you can see again, and in this situation, folks, I'm rolling for him as opposed to asking him to make a roll. Just for those who might watch, he had the best chance. Unfortunately, I rolled a 2, so that's a failure. So no, all you really are looking at is white snow, trees, and the normal railroad track that your vehicle's now sitting on, right? Stalled.
Okay.
I mean, from here, obviously, you're free to parade around and search for trails. But from where you're standing and working on the truck, unloading the truck, yeah, you're not seeing anything.
But I can, roll from there because, but I jump off the back of the truck, rubbernecked, looking for anything, didn't turn up anything, and I walk over there and I say, "Keep your heart up, Miss Sarah. We'll get there." Mm-hmm. But maybe not today. I don't see reckoning toward any place that I can.
Ronnie says, "What's that? What's that song you're?" That's down the final container of camp gear, rations, and pops the top off of it and reaches in, grabs out a hardtack and bites off some of it and starts gnawing on it. What you humming? And he's chewing on this. It's an old gospel tune. Everybody's heard it. It's Amazing Grace. And Amazing Grace.
I sing a couple of bars or whatever, and fills you up inside, don't it, Ronnie? And I'll grab it, punch him in the shoulder.
No, again. Ronnie frowns, chewing on this, and says, "Yeah, I'm gonna go visit the local tree stump." And he turns and steps in 9 inches of snow, trotting off back into privacy, as you're well aware that he's probably needs to use the restroom. She stands up and says, "Yeah, I've heard of that, but it was sung much better where I've heard
it." Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you sound. It's where it's coming from, and this comes from a good place. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of look at her and smile and look, Miss Sarah. Mm-hmm. If you could tend to camp here, mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk around a bit. Just you obviously know that the truck's down right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so, she's completely aware, professional. She knows exactly what the situation is.
Yeah.
Okay, and she says it's noon. He's obviously helping himself to lunch, and she reaches into the same canister and hands you hardtack and says, "This is what all you're getting for lunch. Then, if you're not going to be here, I'm not going to cook if you're not going to be here." And she shuts the canister and pulls the clamp shut on it so it's safe and secured. But she's handed you like a hardtack bar.
Don't be so quick. Don't be so quick, Miss Sarah. I see. See her get a little frustrated there. I'm just gonna walk around and see if there's a place that we can, this better suited.
Okay. Now, tell me, are you going from your mining, from your talents as a miner?
Well, yeah. No, I'm gonna look around for any avenue of any to get a better place. I'm going to scout around, but I don't want to do this meta. I'm just doing it like So I turn right now in game. I'm just looking at her going like, just stay here, mm-hmm. make camp. We don't know if we're going to be here, or how long we're going to be here. Mm-hmm. We got to keep up a good composure, mm-hmm. And good morale. These rocks be harsh at times. So yeah.
Yeah, she pulls her jacket up tight and zips the zipper to the top of her chin as you say that.
Yeah, so we definitely need at minimum a tent here behind the in the place we set it, but as far as this weather, and I look around, I don't know when it's going to break. Mm-hmm. So we might have to evacuate and get down the road. But I don't want to be frankly walking back into Lobo's arms mm-hmm. right now. So if I can find a little cave here, then we'll be good. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Do that. He'll be back in a second. Let him know where I've been. But I'm gonna follow a couple of leads here. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to look, and then I'll break off from her. I kind of soured my mood a little bit with her thing, but still, I turn on my heel and walk around.
Okay.
Walk a little bit more up the hill.
Okay.
I'm looking for any tracks, as it were, as animal tracks, as I'm going up to where off the railroad tracks. Until I can get some kind of a break in the tree line. Yeah,
you traverse quite a ways. You get up along the north, or I should say northwest, as you climb more into the mountains. You do find a set of tracks. However, as the snow's starting to fill them in. Hard to say now, as the snow's been falling steadily for the last half hour or so. Hard to say exactly how old they are, but you do come across tracks. They appear to be bare, as they are. They at times you can count 3 to 4 paws. Other times it appears there's double steps, which look like bipedal, right? And that tells you immediately these are bear tracks. Hard to say how fresh.
Yeah,
however,
I know we're in the territory, so I'm gonna start back and
right.
I'm gonna turn.
And it is springtime, so any bear out is dangerous, as they've been hibernating. They're going to be starving.
Yeah, I know. We're in a territory right now, so I'm turning on. I know. Mm-hmm. I've reconnoitered my surroundings, so I'm turning around and back tracing my steps.
Okay.
to get back to the camp.
Yeah, and by the time you do, everything, the Jeep, the tent is up, the Jeep is covered in a slight layer of snow, the tent's got a little dusting of snow on it as they appear you've got the tent up and secured. You find Ronnie doing what he normally is doing. He is cleaning his pistol. He's got his bullets lined up there along on one of the canisters. He's got a hat or something that he's got propped up there so they don't get snow on him as he's working, cleaning out his weapon. You find her sitting with her geological survey tools out, and she's going through them. It's like she's making sure she's got all of her gear. And she looks up and she says, at some point we have to find tailings, and I can investigate to find out how much silver or some kind of ore, something, so we'd have an idea. But as she looks, and then she kind of glances around, her mood is improved. It's like making camp without any interruptions. She appears to be a little more relaxed. Her job, she seems to be more alert. And she snatches up her, her pickaxe and walks up to you, and she goes, "I just don't know. We're going to have to find actual mine. This snow is going to cover all tailings. We're not going to find anything covered with snow."
I wish I could say that my search was fruitful, but the only thing I discovered cave-wise is probably a bear cave.
What?
Not the cave in particular, but the bear. We're in his territory.
Oh, she backs away and pulls the pickaxe up tight to her chest. What? And she starts kind of looking around and spinning. She looks around. You're telling me there's a bear out here?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. And
okay, and Ronnie stands up. His coat, which he's had kind of sitting over his shoulder, slides off into the snow, and he starts putting his bullets in his gun and shuts it and looks around and goes, "You've seen the bear?" And you hear his voice echo. Although it's dampened by the snow and the clouds, you still know that the voice travels out here in the wilderness easily, right?
I haven't seen the bear echoed. I haven't seen the bear directly, but I saw the evidence of the tracks. Mm. So I know that that we're near in his territory, right. And it could be out. It could be out hunting, but we need to have something ready. Fire is a good way to keep it at bay.
Okay.
So we need to get sticks and fire and pitch a tent here.
Yeah. So the tent's up, the gear's there, but Ronnie immediately starts kicking away space for and starts building a little fire pit, digging a little hole, adding rocks around the edges, and he starts filling it with kindling. He has holstered his weapon. He starts going to work on this fire that you've mentioned. She goes over and looks at her gear, the shovel, the pickaxe, as if she's debating what would be best to defend herself against a bear. She decides for the pickaxe. As she pulls it up close, you realize she's decided that's her weapon of choice. And she stands there now, white-knuckling this pickaxe and looking around the area. And she's clearly now heightened alert for this bear.
Okay, yeah, just stay alert, but relax a little bit. Miss Sarah, you're gonna burn through your energy.
Yeah, right? She glances hard at you. That's easy for you to say. You've got a ball gun, you bastard. And she waves this pickaxe in front of you and says, "This is all I've got against what, a 400 pound bear."
Yeah, if it comes down to it, but keep your eyes open because it should stand out from this snow. It's not layering everything. All right.
Yep.
So if you see it coming, let him know, and then I grab the shovel. I'm gonna help Ronnie dig this fire pit, and
you hear, and it's difficult with the snow, the dampening, the forest. You hear a bird call. You can't quite tell what direction it comes from, but it's a soft kind of bird call.
Okay, I twitch my head this way because of am I hearing something?
Mm-hmm. And
other than the snow falling out the trees every once in a while, hitting the ground, and the crunching of the thing. It's been pretty quiet on the mountain. and I'll stop shoveling and just look up and Ronnie, I'll put my hand on his shoulder.
Right, and Ronnie, meanwhile,
You
is literally sparking a tinder, getting a fire going. He stops and listens. Sarah stands up, and she keeps like 3 steps towards you, crunch, 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 with her pickaxe close as what? What is it? And then she hears it, Ronnie hears it, and you hear it. Another soft, what sounds like a bird call, but you can't quite coordinate where it's coming from.
Okay.
Right, echoing through the and it's about 1 in the afternoon now. Right, still heavy cloud cover. Snow is still drifting down. Still got a little snowfall.
Okay, so I'll put my hand on her shoulder. Just I take the shovel and walk over to the truck.
Okay.
At first, I'll say, "Hello," kind of scream it out.
Yeah.
Is anyone out there?
And
I'm telling them to get down a little low.
I mean, again, and you hear how the snow. It's like being in a sound. If you've ever been in this situation, the snow sucks that acoustic. So your yell, you would like that yell to be reverberate and be louder, but you can hear how the environment kind of vacuums out.
Dampens it.
You know your voice will travel, but it's not as loud as you would like. Effectively, I'm sure once it comes out of your mouth, you're like, holy shit. So you don't hear anything in response, but if within 15, 20 seconds, you do hear what sounds like yelling in the distance. And a roar, a soft roar in the distance, up the mountain, not far from where you crossed the bear tracks.
You said yelling in the distance.
You hear yelling and a roar, like an animal roar, again, and it's not far from where you crossed those bear tracks, in that direction you had gone earlier, where you discovered the bear tracks, and you can hear yelling and echoing through the mountains of some yelling, humans, sounds like humans yelling, and you can hear roars.
Miss Sarah, get the truck.
Yeah, she's white-faced. She just stands listening to what sounds like...
Ronnie, come with me. And I turn around and look at Miss Sarah. Stay here, stay tight. Look, at least we know where the bear is. Mm-hmm. But I believe he's on someone. They may need her help. And then I'm reluctantly trying to let go of her hand, and I'll turn around and start running in that direction and beckon Ronnie to follow me.
Okay. She piles past you, slams into the vehicle. You hear her slam the doors, and she's huddled down again. She reaches up and locks all the doors, as if that's going to stop the bear from getting into the truck, right? And again, it's hard going, this 9 inches of snow with probably another ½ inch of fresh snow. You're stomping through the wilderness. Even your old tracks are covered in now from the new snowfall. Through the trees, and you hear the ebb of the yells and the quieting of the roars. And as you start to approach, again, all of this uphill, as you start to approach an area of rocks that tower into the sky, into the clouds, you get close to this area. You begin to realize there's no sound much, and as you creep up and kneel down, you see a group of about 5 people huddled around a dead bear, and they've got spears sticking out of it. They are all standing over it, and the gentleman that's clothed in like a wolf's fur is down, squatted over the bear.
Down.
Yeah, and he falls down into the snow. Again, now you guys are like waist. When you squat down, of course, you're covered in your snow, right? Your knees are in the snow, your waist is in the snow, but you're watching as this Lobo character opens up the bear and hoists the heart out and shows it to his 4 hunters, right? And they all cheer, and then he begins to softly howl, and then eventually very loud howl. They all join in as they're howling with him as they have completed this bear hunt. And you see now this bear who clearly emaciated and underweight, but they are now setting to harvest the bear.
Okay, I'll keep a grip on keep a grip, white knuckling. Warming my hands up every once in a while underneath my arms, and warming my hands up underneath my arms, and then refocusing on it. And in a minute, I'll look at Ronnie. Ronnie, backtrack. You and Miss Sarah.
Yeah, and you're seeing Ronnie's quivering a little bit. You can hear his teeth, or he's having trouble not. Oh, you all right? He's having trouble not chattering his teeth. You can see his hands. He has left camp without gloves. His hands are bright red and pink. He's cold, and he begins. He nods, kind of clattering his teeth, and he starts to back toward camp. His gun is in its holster as his hands. He's obviously trying to warm his hands up, and he starts heading down in the snow.
Okay, what I was gonna tell him when he's turning around to leave is, look, if I'm not, I'm going to stay here till they leave. I'll make sure that they leave away from us. This isn't good. Take care of Miss Sarah, okay? If I'm not back, lay low and try to get her back to Georgetown. All right. And he's already turned on his heel and then started back down the hill.
Well, yeah, he's hearing up and wrings his hands and nodding. And then he takes one more look down, or I should say more kind of across or up at them harvesting this bear, and then he turns and starts bouncing down the hills. He's trying to run in this 10 inches of snow. Right.
Yeah, he's bounding down it. Okay, and I linger on his, descending form, and then I turn around and
as you do, you see Lobo. They're all stopped, and they're looking in your general direction, and you realize that you can hear him as he bounds down the hill, crunch, 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 as he's running through the snow. And Lobo does a soft whistle, and two of his warriors start heading in the direction of this crunching. And you can see, again, that they can hear him running down the hill. So they look like they're coming right at you, but they don't clearly see you, but they're headed your direction, these two warriors.
Okay. I curse Ronnie's heavy curses heavy footfalls. Turn around and put my back to the rock that I was at and slide down into the snow.
Okay. You hear their feet getting closer as they're running and crunching through the snow. You can hear Ronnie now crunch as it gets quieter as he's crunching way down the hill. And as they come up on your area, one of them goes right by, crunch, 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 but you notice the second one has stopped. You don't see him, but you don't hear his crunching feet.
Yeah, and when I was sliding in, I was putting the ball into the, or already had it in there.
Right.
But I got when he goes past me,
and you watch him as he's bounding down the hill, literally right in the foot tracks of Ronnie now. But the other one that was with him has stopped. You don't hear, he hasn't come past you.
Yeah. I'm going to stay still. The one that just passed me.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a ball in him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So as you level, and again, it's a short range weapon. You know that it is a very, very deadly. Somebody grabs that barrel, and it's the other warrior. He's clearly came to a halt around your rock because he had seen your tracks, and now as you level that weapon, he grabs the barrel and kind of pushes it into the air. right? So you're now in this kind of a melee with this other hunter, right? And he's rotten teeth. I mean, you're close on him, right? As he whips this up, you can see now the condition: raggedy beard, unwashed, rotten teeth.
Yeah,
he is scarred, has quite a few scars. He's ironically somewhat gray, so he's an older gentleman.
When he comes up in the air, I'm gonna twist that butt of the rifle across his face.
Okay.
And try to knock him down if he loses footing. Hopefully, I don't lose mine.
Yeah. So catching him off guard with a quick reaction, you clock him pretty hard in the head. He goes with the weapon and collapses on his back. Snow kind of piles in on him. He's not moving.
Okay, I'm looking around. Turned on my knee. I'm looking around for any kind of weapon that he has.
He's got
I only saw him earlier.
He's got some kind of a knife on his hip. As you grab for that, he's got a spear that was planted in the snow behind him. It's as if he knew he was going to try to just wrestle you. But there is a spear there, and as you look to see the spear there, you can now see Lobo has seen you step out of the. He's seen the skirmish by the rock, and now Lobo is standing, and all of the other three warriors, Lobo with the other two, are now watching your skirmish, right? Or had seen your skirmish, right?
Yeah, all I did was clock him, lean down, kind of pick, and then my head immediately swivels around to the guy descending down the mountain, chasing Ronnie.
Right.
And that's when I take off after him. I'm not waiting. I know our cover's blown, right? Okay. But I do take the spear and the knife.
So you turn and you begin to run down the mountain. You don't know what Lobo and the other two hunters are doing behind you as you make chase on this this other hunter.
I already suspect that that we're screwed.
Yeah.
So I'll grab the knife. I'll chuck the spear off to the side. And then
Okay, as you come bounding down the hill, bouncing through the snow, you come up short about 12 yards from the hunter who's got Ronnie pinned in the snow. You can't see Ronnie, but there's a fight between him and Ronnie in the snow. He's caught Ronnie.
All right. I come up basically barreling into him with a knife.
Okay.
I got my ball gun slung around the thing, and then I'll kind of cartwheel over him, try to grab him, and then use my momentum to let roll off of him while I got my knife to his throat.
Okay.
That downward momentum. I just want to, clobber into him and roll.
Yeah, you feel air knock out of him as you clobber him and roll through the snow, and you come up with again. He is not dead, but he is clearly had the wind knocked out of him, and he is aware that he has got a knife to his throat. Ronnie sets up in the snow as you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye. He sets up, and Ronnie kind of turns to look in your direction. You can see he's bloodied up. He's been battered pretty bad, and you can see he's got a knife sticking out of his shoulder. And then Ronnie kind of passes out back into the snow.
I'll be like, Ronnie, get, and then I'll see him pass out. I'm gonna take the butt end of the knife and clock the hunter side of the head.
Yep. You feel him go. You feel him go limp. Yeah, you feel him go limp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's clearly unconscious. You've clocked him in the temple, or and he doesn't appear to have a weapon on him as it's stuck in Ronnie. It appears his knife is stuck in Ronnie.
I go over to Ronnie and I remove the knife.
Yeah.
And I start dragging Ronnie back behind the body of the hunter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop in. And I'm getting Ronnie's gun.
Yeah.
As well. It's shaking. My hands are shaking. I'm just trying to get out his weapon. And I'm looking at him every once in a while. Ronnie, get up. And then my eyes are just scanning up the hill.
Yeah, Ronnie splutters awake, and you can see his eyes try to focus on you. Boss, what's going on? And then he starts scrambling for his weapon. My gun! He starts to panic.
Look, stop! It's right here. Look.
And he reaches up for it. Yeah, he reaches up.
The slide.
Right.
They're going to be coming down the hill now. Get ready. Get your gun ready.
Right.
You know, I'll put it in his hands.
Yeah. You see him now. Sorry, you're locked up.
Whatever. Are you with me? I'm looking at him in his face.
Yeah, he's clearly in pain. He's bleeding. You see he takes the gun, but he's left-handed. And now you see he has to put the gun in his right hand as his left shoulder is wounded. Shaking, it's blurred. And you can see now he's had his lip torn through punching or something. You can see where he's had scratch marks on his face. So this guy obviously was tearing into him with his fingernails. And now you sit there calmly for about 20 seconds. That Lobo and the other two hunters don't appear to be following. As you sit there now for almost a minute and a half, they would have easily come upon you long ago.
Well, I know I'm just so tense in that expectation. You can see me shaking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
it seemed like from the cold, but actually it's from anticipation of death rearing its head. I'm looking. My eyes are going everywhere across there. I look at Ronnie and say, "You see anything?"
Yeah, Ronnie, you can tell in his condition, he ain't seeing much but the end of his gun. He's looking at the end of his sights. Ronnie is effectively hanging on, right? As far as not passing out, the pain, whatever it is, you can tell Ronnie isn't seeing much. Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, keep this. I'll take that knife out. Well, I already took it out of his shoulder.
Yeah.
But I'll dive it in the snow a little bit and wipe it off.
Mm-hmm.
Keep this on you. Keep this on you, Ronnie. We gotta back out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to the truck. Miss Sarah.
Yeah, and it takes you. It takes you half as long to get back to camp as it did to get up here because you were moving. You're now. And as you approach camp, when she sees you in the condition Ronnie's in, she's out of the vehicle, rushing over to help Ronnie, and she takes Ronnie from you and brings him over to the camp, sets him down in front of the fire that he was able to get lit before you took pursuit.
Yeah, I'm half shouldering him over there, and then we'll dump him down right beside the fire.
She lays him by the fire, and she covers him in a sleeping bag.
My head's swiveling all over the place. Look, have you seen anyone?
No, she looks, though, very concerned. She looks at you and says, "What the hell happened?" "No, I haven't seen anybody." What happened?
Thank God you're safe. We got set upon by the Indies that took down that bear. Then they came after us. We knocked out two of them, but as you can see, one of them got to Ronnie and tore into him. Pretty big. They didn't come down following us. There's at least four of them left. I'm kind of going off, talking real quick as my eyes are scanning all over the place. So you haven't seen anything?
No, nothing at all, thank God. And she begins to work on his... you're locked up. She begins to go to work. She begins to staunch the blood from his shoulder. She examines the wound and says, "Yeah, we're going to have to stitch this up. We've got to clean the wound." Ronnie begins to... he's passed out. You now she can see Ronnie is at this point in shock. He's passed out. She looks at his face and says, "What the hell happened to him?" And then, of course, these are all rhetorical questions. And then she fishes out his weapon and she takes his pistol and she stuffs it in her pants. He won't be needing this right now. She stuffs his pistol in her pants, and she begins to doctor his wound.
Yeah, she's doing it, and I'm kind of stalking the area. I look at the fire every once in a while, considering dousing it with my foot on the snow to push it over, and I stop and look at them. It is getting later, and I know the snow's still falling, right?
No, it's ebbed a little, but it's now, of course, about 2-3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, there's no break.
It's gonna be dark here in the mountains, and about as that sun sets behind the mountains in the west, it's going to be, it's going to be dark at about 4:30, right? Huh?
Yeah, there's not much break in the cloud.
No, not a lot. Not enough yet to power those solar panels and to re-energize that battery, right?
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a long night.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the tent, and then we need to get Ronnie in that tent. So I'll grab his arms and start pulling him into the to the tent to lay him out.
Yeah, and you watch him as you do. He's discolored. He's pale. He's he is moaning. He's clearly soaking wet with sweat. Feverish. Now you may have also the problem that he got sweaty in the cold, which could be a problem as far as hypothermia if you're not careful. But you get him into the tent, and but it's clear Ronnie is out of it, as he is succumbing to his wounds, and he is clearly in a battle, another battle that you really can't help him with outside of tending him if he's, Yeah,
right. And she said to him, just stay in the tent with him. We need as much warmth as possible. Mm-hmm. He needs to get dried out. So I'll leave that tent flap open for the heat, to kind of catch in there, if any, with her. And she can tell I'm distracted as I'm half paying attention to what she does, as I'm looking around all over the place. Now,
so it's been a few hours. It's dark now. It's been quiet for the last few hours. You haven't heard anything around the camp. However, at about 6 o'clock, well into the dark, she has tended him. She comes to you at some point during this period and tells you that he's sleeping, but he is clearly suffering his wounds, maybe a little shock. However, and he might even have a slight fever. She can't. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but he's resting peacefully right now. And she begins to actually make some food. She keeps that pistol in her belt close. But at about 6 o'clock, you hear again howling, but it's a single lone howl, and it is definitely not a wolf. It is the tenor of it is not a legitimate wolf. It is a simulated howl, and it's hard to say how far. All right.
Yeah, stiffen immediately, and this whole thing I've been anticipating all day is kind of weakened my. The advice I gave her, I didn't take, as I've been so tense that I'm almost on the brink of exhaustion. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As I'm staying there, and I catch my breath as I do that, and I instinctively kind of push her down to be quiet. Mm-hmm. That's them. I think they found.
Yeah, she draws this pistol and says, "What the hell?" And she's looking about anxiously, waving that pistol in every direction.
They probably brought more for all I know. Mm-hmm. This is. I look at her and stop what I'm saying, because my hysteria don't need to reach to that level. I catch myself, and then how's Ronnie doing? And my eyes are still flittering all over the place. She
glances quickly over at the tent flap that's open, and he's not moving. I think he's still sleeping. And she looks back around, breathing heavy. You can see now. The temperature's dropped enough that both of you, your breath is obvious in the night air. You can see your breath every time you breathe or talk. It's gotten. Again, you don't hear another howl or responsive howls. You just heard the one lone howl. Go ahead. You were going to say.
How good are you with that thing? I look down at the pistol. She's got in her hands. Mm-hmm.
She looks and says, point and shoot, right?
Yeah, point and shoot.
Yeah, the how she's holding it and waving it around, she doesn't know how dangerous, it is. But it is a revolver, which is a revolver.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And I just kind of look at her and smile and put my hand on her hand holding the gun and yeah, point and shoot.
Yeah.
Just stay tight by me. I'm going to. I'll be on the watch. You look like you need some. You know.
Oh wow.
You need some rest. So go back in the tent and stay with Ronnie a little bit. Make sure it stays warm in there. You need all the warmth.
Yep.
I say this is my. You can tell visibly I've got, kind of frostbite sitting in my fingers. They're a little bit stiff, and I'm constantly flexing them back and forth.
Okay.
And I walk over to the fire too to try to warm that, almost like a mental reprieve for a second, escape from the dangers. Did she go into tent flap?
Yeah, she did. She's doing what you say. And as the night wears on, you don't hear any more howls, etc. But I had a formidable roll for you after a long day, and under this stress, I rolled a 2, which means you failed. You actually fall asleep. And you startle yourself awake sometime early in the morning. You realize you've fallen asleep.
Immediately. Yeah. The snow is drifted on me.
And you can, a little bit, yeah, and you can see that the fire is out and smoldering, so you've been asleep for a while. You glance over to the tent, and Sarah's clearly not come out. You don't hear much going on there, but you are startled awake as you realize at some point you just flat, out of exhaustion, passed out.
My eyes are looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like first go to the tent.
As you glance around, you see again the tent doesn't appear to be disturbed. You can't see in it so much, but no sign of her or of Ronnie, and not outside. I mean, they may be in the tent. And as you glance around, you see both of the dead hunters are probably 15 yards, about 30 feet from your heart of your camp. They have been propped up like in a scarecrow, blocking you from heading the direction of the bear kill. So these 2 dead hunters have been set up there, and you can see that they clearly got that close to camp, and at some point while you were passed out, set these 2 bodies up.
Yeah, well, I set bolt upright as like I said, I look over the camp. I mean the tent, doing a VSE, just checking myself a little bit.
Yep.
I'll pull up on my knee and look over, and that's when I see the hunters. Right now, I go right for my gun. That comes to mind too. I pull it out and level it, and walk over by the truck and use that to pivot around.
And as you get around the truck, you realize that they have slashed all 4 tires. The truck now has four flat tires. Right.
I look around and look down at the tires. Curse through my breath. Roll around the truck and slip down to the back to the tent, and kind of tip my hand and hit the flaps.
Yeah, and as you peek in, you realize that she's not there, but you hear her scream within just a few feet of you, and you spin around, you see that she's standing now looking at the 2 dead hunters, as she's clearly climbed out of the tent while you were going around the truck. And she's turns.
I take 2 lumbering like things and grab her,
right,
and turn her around. Sarah, get down.
And she does. She drops and starts crawling for the tent. Right. You see the pistol is laying there in the ground, where she clearly, when she saw them, she. Oh, you've locked up.
Keep that pistol at the ready and keep quiet. You
Okay.
know, as a trigger. Get back to the tent. I'm gonna go check it out, and then I'm gonna stalk over there in the snow.
To the where are you stalking?
To the dead hunters.
Yep.
While I'm doing that, I'm looking for where the tracks came down, where they set them up, and where they led off to. Right, so I can get a good view of that.
Yeah. So as you approach, you see clearly it is the gentleman that you killed. are actually that you knocked unconscious,
He was no gentleman.
they must have killed him, right? Because you had knocked him unconscious, so they obviously killed him. And then the other hunter that you killed are either way, the two hunters that you had left incapacitated are hung here dead, and by hung they've literally been stood up with their arms stretched out, and they've been planted on a couple of spears, probably two of the other hunters.
Like very a lean-to.
Yeah,
spears hold
exactly, and but you recognize them both as the two you tangled with. You see tracks, but there are so many tracks around here that either one or two people. I mean, they obviously hurriedly worked and erected these. There's a lot of tracks. You notice there's tracks that go over to the truck where they clearly slashed tires. You notice the tracks, though, don't get close to camp. I mean, they stayed on this perimeter and worked their way around to the truck, dealt with the truck. They didn't seem to come into camp. You've got all your gear, most of your stuff. It doesn't appear to be affected. And these two are put up, literally blocking the direction in which where, both times that you had headed up and found the bear tracks, the second time that you went up and saw them get the kill. They're blocking. They're set there like they're warning you not to go northwest, right?
Okay, I'm gonna look at the two hunters there, because I'd seen them before. Where were the kill marks? Slash throat.
In the heart, as if they were, as if the knives had been driven into that rib up into the heart. They had both been executed with a knife stroke. May have been told to do it themselves. And they may have sacrificed themselves. Who knows what? Yeah.
Who knows? I'm gonna with a sigh and look around. I'm gonna retreat back to the camp, cautiously still looking around. But it seems like the men's have been here for a little while, right?
Very hard to say. Who knows?
I know that the
who
blood
knows?
would have been the blood trail, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The blood trail of the hunters, basically, as they, as they drop it down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look up at the white snow as that blood lays in contrast as I'm backing away.
Right.
And as long as that, they got to the truck, they stayed away from the camp. This is something that I didn't know about the Indies. But obviously, some modicum of respect was given to us, and some disgrace to their own. As they go back to camp, I'll lean in and then go to the tent. Looking around, open up the flap, Miss Sarah. It seems that
she looks up at you.
We're going to be all right.
She looks up at you. Clearly, she's been crying. She's got the pistol laying in her lap, and Ronnie is moaning and not awake, but he's clearly more active now. And she looks at you as you speak to her.
Okay. It seems that the two men that came after us are only incapacitated. They've been executed by their own. And
she gasps. What kind of people are they? And she sobs a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Savages, man. Savages is all I can say. But they've propped up their dead to be a warning to us not to go up the mountain or to the kill that they made. So I'm going to respect as much. But as soon as this breaks and we can get some sunlight, we're the hell out of here.
She agrees. She looks at Ronnie and says, "I think he's going to be okay. But he's clearly, suffered."
Yeah.
If at some point she comes out of the tent and she says, "Are we?" She doesn't know about the vehicle yet. And she starts talking about loading the vehicle and getting ready to go.
Well, man, that's why we had to stop here. The vehicle's powered down,
Mm-hmm.
and there isn't the blasted sun
Mm-hmm.
coming through.
Mm-hmm.
This damn long winter's killing us. But now, about what time of the evening is this? I reckon orders.
Oh no, it's been it's been a few hours since you woke up. It's now sun up.
Okay.
It's about
Gotcha.
6:30 in the morning or so now. When she's asking about packing the truck, I mean, how are we going to get out of here? Right.
We need Ronnie to help out with this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? How's he doing through the night?
So let's take a look here. Yes, she tells you. Yes, he's in the last hour or so. He's awakened and he's talked. He's feeling better. I'm going to feed him some breakfast, and we have doctored his wound. I think he'll be able to do some help with us, but he should be okay. So she assures you that he'll be up and around here after he gets some food, nourishment.
We've made it through the worst of it, I think, and I don't think that we'll have any problem with Lobo and his men for right now. In fact, we probably gained a little reprieve and respect from him.
Yeah, and she looks at you as at least she peers over your shoulder. Can't you at least remove those dead men, please?
I don't want to tempt fate, man.
So you are savage as well, and she turns and storms off toward the tent,
I'll
grabbing
grab
some,
her arm before
yeah.
she can, and then I'll pull her back to me, kind of. No, ma'am, I am not. But I'm not. I don't know these savages' ways like that. They surprised me when they took out their own. They're the one who set them up. They left us be. If I desecrate that or change anything, then I don't know what the repercussions would be. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it be, and we're not going to take any chances.
Fine. Then the sooner we can, we should pack up and get out of here. I don't want to live within a decaying.
You act like I want the same, and then I'll clamp down a little bit.
All right.
Look, as soon as Ronnie's up, as soon as we can get a cloud break here, and we can recharge our batteries, we'll get on our way. Until then, you just avert your eyes if it bothers you that much.
Right.
And then I'll push her arm away, let it go.
Okay. She grabs up some breakfast and attends Ronnie. Again, in the next, you see he's got his left arm in a sling. He's got his pistol now in his pants, so he can use his right hand with his pistol. He approaches and says, "Thanks for saving my life yesterday, boss. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to help you later, but thanks." And then he sees the two dead hunters and kind of balks, takes 2 steps back.
I'm not your boss, Ronnie. And then he balks like that. Look, calm down. Look.
Right.
Those the hunters when they chased it down. Those are the 2 we took out.
And you planted them there? What the hell are you doing?
I didn't kill him. Look, I didn't kill him.
Oh.
Be truthful. On watch. Sometime they came and planted them there. And look.
Right.
She obviously hadn't seen this, but look over the tires. And there's like 4 flat tires.
Oh, and Ronnie goes, "What?" And you see him now visibly second to his pistol. This is his job, driver of the solar truck.
Yes.
And he kind of takes 4 steps toward it. It stops, hangs his head, and it turns to you. You now see he can't. How are we going to get the hell out of here? We're standing in inches of snow, and we've come a long way.
That's what I want to know. But I know Sarah over there. If she gets, if she knows this, it's going to be more than that I can contend with. She's been a handful right now. We've got enough to contend with, and I'll kick the flat tire.
Okay.
We might have to take out on foot. You got a damn radio in this thing somewhere?
Well, he said we have the walkie, and he opens up the passenger door and he bangs around in the back area, and he pulls out the walkie and he looks at you and hands it over to you.
Okay, I'll turn it on. Wait for Squawk.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone out there?
Yeah, you get a squawk. You hear a squawk back. It breaks up heavily, but you do hear as if somebody's at least picked up your signal, and it's broken, staticky response.
Okay.
But
is
no.
Out there? This is Toby Long. Toby Long, we're trapped on the side of this mountain with a disabled vehicle.
Okay. Again, you hear a squawk back. Cannot make out the response. And this.
We need help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look. I'll set it down with a curse on the seat. Until now, I was afraid of this, but have you got a flare in there?
Yeah. I mean, he fishes. He goes around to the back of the truck and opens up the toolbox and fishes out the flare gun. Again, he looks at it and then looks at you and just hands it to you. He doesn't know what you want to do with it.
Okay. I'll put the cartridge in and then hold it up and immediately fire it off.
Okay. It launches high in the sky through the clouds. There is some cloud breakup this morning. There could conceivably be blue skies today, but hard to say. But it explodes into the morning sky, and you watch it burn and fall and eventually dissipate. And Ronnie watches it with you, and then he says, well, now what? We wait for help?
Maybe it'll signal someone. I don't know. But get the walkie with us. Get the flare. She wanted to pack up. I don't know how she's going to be about leaving any of her gear here, but we got to get out of this situation.
Okay.
We can't go any further. Where's Georgetown, you reckon? And I'm turning toward it. I'm saying this even though I know that he's
well, you know,
probably not going to know.
You've been around the area, so you know where Georgetown is. Again, you can follow these railroad tracks that you were on down a couple of, it's going to be, in the vehicle, it was just like a full day's drive. So a hike down the mountain is going to take you a day and a half, 2 days. But you know it leads right down to Georgetown's village. So, yeah,
that was kind of
it's just following, right.
I know you wouldn't, but,
right.
I'm like, look, if we keep to the tracks, if we bundle up, I don't think that, the bear's obviously taken out. It's not going to mess with. Hopefully, the hunter's going to stay away from it. The Indian's going to stay away from it too. Mm-hmm. But if we can bundle up, maybe we'll get a break in this. But going down the mountain back to Georgetown, at least we can recoup ourselves. So.
She steps up to you two as you're having this whispered conversation, and she looks as a flare. Won't that tell everybody in the area that we're here?
In the area, but I feel secure that the Indies are going to stay away from us. It maybe some help will come from Georgetown. Maybe meet us halfway, and I'll look at her and
meet us halfway.
Yeah. Take only what you can. Secure your equipment here in the truck. We'll lock it up. But we're going to have to, and I'll glance over. It seems we've been incapacitated. And there isn't going to be a break in the clouds, and we can't stay out here another night like this.
Okay.
Ronnie, you good to travel?
Yeah, Ronnie says, I'll carry what I can. My left arm's no good, but... it takes you guys about 45 minutes to pack up what you want to carry, the essentials, and she secures. She approaches you with her gear, her main science gear, and she looks at you and says, "I'm not leaving my science gear with this truck. So she's got a pretty hefty backpack with her, but she's not going to leave her science gear. She's got the pickaxe in her hands. As Ronnie has his bare essentials with some water and some rations and his pistol, a heavy coat, and they both are.
That
right.
I anticipated it. If you're taking that crap, we're not trekking with it on our back. So I'm gonna make a little pull behind, with some of the tent.
Gotcha.
Fabric and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we can just pull it on the snow.
Okay.
And sled it.
Okay.
Just put it on here. Be easier to trek, and it's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you hit the snow line. That first day out in the vehicle, there's going to be a point down the mountain that you're going to come off this snow line, but that'll be pretty close to Georgetown at that point.
Yeah, but we need to be able to jump away from it and not be too heavy to move if we need to.
Right.
While we're in this dangerous area, when I'm out of the snow line, maybe then it'll be safer to shoulder it. All right. We'll pile it on and let's get started. And okay. I'll kick the fire out.
Okay. Okay, so as she starts leading the way, she gets out like 15 feet ahead of you guys. She's in a hurry. She likes the idea of heading back to Georgetown, to whatever civilization.
I think about stopping her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Staying tight, and then I don't. I look. I'm blessed with a little bit of quiet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe she could work her energy out, but the danger is supposedly behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie, you go up there. I'll
except when I roll complications.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, in my mind, that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad of the reprieve a little bit in the silence of the snow. It's like a blessing as I hear the crunch. But Ronnie, get down there and watch. I'll watch the back here.
Okay, Ronnie nods, doesn't respond verbally. Skip a little trot to catch her up, and you see them talking. You can't hear them. She's moved. She's gotten herself as far as 20 to 30 feet ahead of you guys. As he catches up to her, you see him talking. And
take this with her, and maybe she can share the load. It might slow her ass down.
Okay.
So he's got the pull behind.
Right. And so he catches him up as you walk behind. The day, as you move down the mountains, issues, you start to see the clouds burn away, the sky get nice and hot and bright. Everybody in the group has now been able to kind of shed their coat down to the, take off the coats as you're starting to warm up. And it takes you, most of the day to hit the snow break, and you come out where the vehicle had been on the old railroad tracks, and from here you see coming up the railroad tracks on an actual rail car. You see a group of Georgetown cutters, and they greet you with a wave, and two of them hop off and kind of run ahead of the trail car, catch up. And they stop short and say, "Was that your flare?"
It sure was, buddy.
And that's where we'll fade to black.